Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So recently I was using the Canon M100 to do a lot of my front-facing vlogs. You remember a while back I grabbed the Canon M100 and also grabbed the Canon SL2, which is a fantastic camera, but I've shifted from the I didn't like the vlogging, the footage I got from the vlogs with the kit lens on the Canon SL2, and so I bought the 24mm lens, which is nice. And then I got rid of my M100, and then I was using that setup with the Canon SL2, and I realized how much better the mirrorless cameras work with vlogging. So I went back to the M100, and that's where I was at. Until recently, the Canon M50 came out, which is what I'm recording this video with right now. This camera can record in 4K, only 24 frames per second, but still, is an option for it, so that's good. It still does 1080p at 60 frames per second. The camera looks like a DSLR in my opinion, but it is a mirrorless camera. So you still get that 3-inch touchscreen. You have manual mode obviously, but I'll probably will do more videos in 4K now that my actual camera has the ability to do it. But 1080p at 60 frames per second is still the desired frame rate and video quality that people really like. So eventually I'll just move between the two however I see fit. And I'll determine which one I'm going to use the most. But ultimately, the Canon EOS line is a fantastic line, and I've learned by trial and error you have to test things out, and you got to see what works for you. Now, I grabbed this camera, even like I said, I was using the M100, but I grabbed this one because it does 4K. Also, this one has a mic input, so I think that's really important. Now, the mic on the M100 is absolutely great. You guys haven't complained about the mic at all. I was using these little things right here to give some wind cancellation for the M100, and they seem to have worked pretty well. You guys love the quality of my videos because you guys can tell when I'm using an actual camera and a smartphone. I try to use a smartphone as much as possible, but sometimes you have to use an actual camera to get the best footage and quality for you guys. And so the M100 is a great camera, but I've decided to switch up to the M50. This also has HDMI, not just 4K recording, it has HDMI input, and it has a microphone input, and that's really nice. Uses the same batteries as the M100, so I have some spare batteries that I just pop in and it's ready to go. But other than that, I'll definitely be enjoying using this camera for the channel. The contents of the box are the same. You get a battery, a strap, and you get a kit lens. The great thing about the mirrorless cameras is the kit lens. It definitely, in my opinion, is better than the kit lens that comes with most of my Canon SL2. Now, a kit lens is just that, a kit lens. It's not, you have to upgain. If you're buying these type of cameras, you're going to have to buy a lens eventually, and that's just the way it is. But this kit lens is actually really good. Now, the 4K shooting I will talk about again. This Canon M50 does have the dual pixel autofocus, however, not at 4K. So what you're looking at now is me manually setting the 4K to focus on my face and stay focused on me for this recording. Now, I've heard some pretty bad things about this camera as far as the 4K footage goes. People saying it's unusable. It's only 24 frames per second. The crop is different. Well, the crop is different. Now, it may look like I'm sitting a little bit farther away from the camera, because I have my tripod adjusted and the camera positioned a little bit farther back than normal. But with 1080p, I won't have to do that. I can bring it forward a little bit more, and it'll still have a wider crop and wider frame than this 4K recording. So here's the footage at 1080p at 60 frames per second. You can definitely see the difference in the quality from shooting in 4K with this camera. The 24 frames per second gives it a bit of a cinematic look. But let's get back to the 4K. But since it does have a mic input, it's actually fantastic. I don't have to do much of anything to get good quality sound from it, and that's going to be the way I'm going to roll going forward. So hope you enjoyed the video. My new camera, the Canon M50. I really like mirrorless cameras for vlogs. I really like the mirrorless cameras for shooting video footage too, but that's more along the lines of the lens. So this will be the camera that I'm rolling with for right now. Unless something better comes out or I get interested in something else, I'll move to that. So it's your man Jay Will. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.